lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your love and support. As always, I remain loyal. If today is the first time you are coming across this channel, this is Agatha Progress channel, and I come across your way every blessed day. As you know, in this channel we react to all videos, and in this channel as well, all opinion is highly needed and is wonderfully welcome. If you love what I do in this channel, my love, why don't you subscribe and join the family? Because for sure, victory will remain ours. All right, my wonderful family, I don't know how you felt about this video, but I do hope you pick some sense from this video. Let me release it so we watch it together, and I will be right back.
There was a kidnap attempt which was successfully carried out by some of the bandits who terrorize people all over the country. Precisely, they came calling, made an attack, and succeeded in kidnapping His Royal Highness Sarkin Kajuru, including some of his grandchildren, 2 of his daughters, and some relatives that are staying with him. They move around near the vicinity of the palace and also did the same harbor. All in all, they have taken away 13 people, excluding His Highness. The 13th one being less than a year-old child on his mother's back. So this is exactly what transpired. The Emir and 13 others, male and female, were forcefully taken away. They are now in the bush with the kidnappers. No any repel, no any counter-attack, no presence of any security personnel. We are left to our own peril, and this is exactly what happened. Our only appreciation and thankfulness to His Almighty Allah is that no life was lost. If not, the way they converge on this town, I will swear that there should have been more than 200 catastrophic deaths in this town. Every nook and cranny, every small passage in this town is all inhabited by them with dangerous weapons. So you can now see the situation is rather ghastly, unbecoming, and that if the government cannot do something, I believe the worst are not yet happened. They have to be really patriotic, really up and down. Secondly, on the part of the government, you cannot give marching order in a situation like this in this world, with sophisticated weapons flying over all everywhere, without giving marching weapons that can actually carry the day. So I'm saying in a nutshell, the government should provide adequate weapons, ammunition for the personnel to execute. They have the training, but no weapons to support their effort. So all these could be achieved if they can be given this adequate supply of weapons, and whatever they need to motivate them should be given to them.
It is a problem because some of the mountains here, we have some caves in them. So you see, even for the security agent, at least is a little bit difficult for them without new technology that the rest of the world has. That at least the government need to equip them with the new gadgets, that all those places they will try to how to be monitoring with all those gadgets in order to have access how they can manage to tackle this security situation. Why I said that is difficult, because you see the whole town, we are surrounded with mountains, big mountains, and this mountain, some of them, as I said, they have caves, they have deep holes where all these bandits and other is a kind of hideout for the criminals to hide, and even if they are trying to fight them, it's difficult for someone that doesn't know how the place is to get into this place. Definitely security situation is for me and you and the government. It's not for government alone. At least with all these local weapons that we have, and at least that you can't just go and lie down to be sleeping like that, because at least we have already passed that era, because we are in an era of you can't just sleep with your two eyes. At least we have
There are two things plaguing them in the zoo: lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB, of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree, because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu coup, so-called Nzogwu coup, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed, restructuring. That's something now you're asking for, to tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1960-1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent, Wales, the same thing, everybody is free, but Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos, to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them has ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you can